Hey guys, I'm back. Really sorry about that. Hopefully a little bit of a restart of OBS. I've changed my photo viewing program for my photos that I was looking at it through, which seems to be taking up tons of memory. And hopefully this can make it a little bit better. We'll see. I did try the camera, going back to camera default, but at night it looked really horrible, so I am using a filter on the camera to make it look better. That slows it down a little, but shouldn't be too bad. I've been using it before. Anyway, let's try to get back on track to where we were. Thanks for letting me know, guys, that it was freezing on you, and apologies for that. At the moment, hopefully things seem to be okay now. See how we get on. Rock frames looking good. Angels of Darkness, how are you? Long time no see. How's it been going? What are you up to today? Okay, so earlier what I did was I knocked this whole thing down like a tone. I took like a really thin layer of darker paint and I just splashed it all over this thing and really kind of destroyed it for a few minutes. I knew that I'd be able to bring that back. Some of the viewers were a little bit horrified. But that's okay, you know. That's part of the excitement, isn't it? Watching something that you're not sure what the outcome is. That's part of the excitement for me, is doing it and not knowing exactly where it's going to go. It's not quite the right color. Started with too much yellow there. Good now? Okay, thank you, Broken Equilibrium. Thank you so much. Thanks for letting me know that it was not looking good earlier. I think it was because I was using iPhotos to view my image, and I think that just takes up so much processing power, so I've switched it out just to preview. Now, right now, because my painting is kind of still in such a gray tone, this is looking really yellow, but I think it's going to be fine once I start getting more of it in there. So some of my angles now look a little off because I was just I was really just not thinking. I was just going full on into this thing. So I'll have to do a little bit of fixing, but that's alright. And if you can see my wall here, can you guys see that? Yeah, that's what I did earlier when I was getting a bit crazy with the paint. Still waiting for the wrecking ball, Joe. You saw me knock it down, man. You saw me knock the whole thing down. That was the wrecking ball. You experienced it. So now what I'm doing, because I've taken the whole thing down, I like the kind of grittiness, like the dirtiness of it right now. Now I'm taking the highlights back up. And I'm really going to try to start to get that balance of contrast, lights and darks, tonal values to where I want them. And while I do that, I'm going to try to correct the drawing where it needs it, because there's quite a bit of woolliness, like right here. It's starting to look like it's tipping out, but it's not. It should be. And I'll skip around a little bit on the painting and just hit where I think the color belongs everywhere around the painting. And the building has quite a lot where the same colors kind of reoccur. And we had a nice visit from Jenny G. Berry earlier. That was really sweet of her to stop by and give a little bit of support to the new kid on the block, the new guy streaming. She's been around for a long time. I've been watching her for a long time. She's great. She's really kind of gets a little bit experimental sometimes. I like that. Takes some chances with her work, and she's very expressive and emotive with her work. And I like seeing artists who can do that because I struggle with that. That's one of the things I struggle with. Just gonna do some scumbling, scratching some of the stuff in here. Joe Ferk. The twist is he'll paint Godzilla. Nice. Broken. I think you and Joe Ferk are on the same page, actually. You guys are just... You just want to see me do something ridiculous with this painting. Joe Ferk wanted me to paint the Queen into some London Bridge piece. I told him it would be like Where's Waldo? And I wasn't really into painting any Where's Waldo. But I have painted myself into the occasional painting just for fun. Just for shits and giggles. If you look on my website, there's a piece of Piccadilly Circus, like a modern piece of Piccadilly Circus, where I'm kind of in the foreground. Just because I needed somebody in a certain pose, so I just used one of my own. Photograph of myself, which is the first thing I came across. And then there's a piece called Liberty's National Treasures, which I did for a company called Liberty, which is a big kind of department store here in London. And I did kind of like an advertising campaign thing for them. Did a big painting, like a massive painting with all these celebrities in it, and it's something I'll never attempt again. That was like hell, man. But I am in that painting as well. You can only imagine those kinds of things. You're imagining Waterloo with a fiery sky. You mean this up here? You like red, like burning. Like the Clash song, London's Burning. London's burning. Oh. This would make a great postcard. Thank you, Joe Ferk. I've done postcards before. I've done postcard design, not paintings. Just wouldn't really like to do postcard design again. But if a painting I did might make a nice piece for a card or a postcard, I wouldn't be opposed to using it for that. So I was streaming earlier. I just want to tell you guys how productive I was. I streamed earlier. Joe Frick was there, he caught it. Did some drawing, I did some painting. I had to stop for dinner. When I stopped for dinner, I had dessert, I watched an episode of You, Me, and the Apocalypse with Rob Lowe, which is pretty funny. I did the dishes, hung up the laundry, helped put the baby to bed, like I rocked him to sleep. I gave my wife a kiss, grabbed her ass a little bit, and then, you know, she went to bed. And I think that's a lot. I think I got a lot accomplished. I think I showed some love to the family. Now I could come back and show some love to you guys. STP Berlingo. That's London, yes, that is in London. Waterloo Station is in London. Thank you for coming and welcome. And Jolikai is here. Hello, how are you? Thank you for stopping in today, this evening. How are you? Yeah, I'm a family man. That's right. I make just enough time to have dinner with him and make the baby laugh a little bit before I come back here and neglect him a bit more. I do feel like I'm neglecting him a bit. You're Belgian, you visited London last month. You really enjoyed it. Nice. I'm glad you enjoyed it. You might have gone straight past this station I'm painting on the train then. If you go anywhere in South London, you pretty much have to get on the train going past this station or from the station, from Waterloo Station. But there's a lot of entrances to Waterloo Station. This is just the most, this is the main entrance, and it's the most kind of elaborate looking part of the station. It's definitely the one you'd want to paint if you're going to paint the station. You did go by it, cool. I pass this on a daily basis, really, so I get to, as I go to work, I can study it a little bit more every time I go past it and go, okay, that's what it looks like in person. Just remember that. Remember that, so when you're painting it, you can try to reflect that. Feeling like I need another brush. Feeling like this brush is getting a bit monotonous in terms of the mark it's making. I have a hell of a lot of brushes, but I've really ruined a lot of them. Some of them are just little nubs from painting. I just keep them for too long. And some of them have a little bit too much paint dried into them, and that's me just not taking good care of them when I was younger. Some of these should last for a long, long time if I've taken care. Okay, here we go. That's a bit better. So you used to paint on PC. How do I start in real with drawing? Only value? Yeah, I started this piece, and most paintings I start with like with a charcoal drawing on canvas. charcoal pencil, like a soft charcoal pencil, because it kind of gets picked up into the painting. Sometimes I'll use like a vine charcoal or a willow. For the most part, I just use like a soft charcoal pencil. And I did the drawing freehand, just looking at the photograph that I took. And then I just started painting tonal stuff. Like I did start with like the dark tones, kind of did a drawing over the drawing and painting in a really thin paint, and I've worked up towards thicker paints. If you're interested, Berlingo, there's videos of all my sessions. This is the 8th day that I've been working on it. It's like part 2 of the 8th session on it. So I'd say I am 20 hours in, maybe a little less, maybe 18, 20 hours in. But if you want to, you are very welcome to check out or just scroll through really quickly the other sessions, and you can see how it progressed from the very start, besides the drawing, which I did not record. I streamed it, but I didn't record it. No, they're on my Twitch page. If you just go to my Twitch channel, after I'm done streaming, of course, then you can see them all there. So you are in Berlin. Oh wait, did you say? No, you said you're Belgian. Sorry, your name is Berlingo. So you're Belgian. What's the time difference? What time is it there? Must be close to the same time. Maybe an hour ahead. Trying to get some of these kind of the feeling of some stonework and some brickwork in here. There's a lot of texture on this wall, and I want to reflect that a little bit. I'm not going to get crazy with the detail at all, but I want to give the impression that we've got a nice varied texture, varied tone wall. Yeah, 11:41, so you're an hour ahead. What I thought. Hi Jane Giraffe, how are you? Do I find it hard concentrating on the reading comments? No, it's not hard, but it does mean that I'm not painting I'm probably not focusing on the painting as much as I would if I weren't, but you know what? I've thought about this quite a bit since I started streaming, and I'm sure that some of the other artists here who might be watching, or they probably agree with me that, I don't know, the motivation to come and paint, because I get to talk to you guys while I paint, and I get to meet people through it, and people who enjoy my work can feedback, and people who don't like it can feedback, and I get some kind of reinforcement for what I'm doing. That makes it worth it, and I do more painting. I paint more often because of it, even though I'm painting slower while I'm painting. Does that make sense? I don't know. Kind of fucked that explanation up. And I get to listen to my tunes and have my beer and have a good Saturday night. And see, on a normal Saturday night before I was streaming, I would think about painting at 9 o'clock at night on a Saturday after my family went to bed, and I would not do it because I think, I want to watch a movie, I want to relax. But now this is kind of like, there's a lot more motivation to come do it when I know that I get to have a little party with you guys. Viewers inspire me to do it. Get going and paint. Yeah, totally. Totally inspires me to have viewers. And I didn't think I didn't know how it was going to be. So I don't understand any of what you wrote, Broken Equilibrium, but I know that was not directed at me. That was for Berlingo. We all backseat painting now. I have to bring my A game. I always try to bring my A game whether people are watching or not. Any of you who paint, Berlingo, you were a painter or you are a painter? You know what I'm talking about. Jane Giraffe, are you a painter? Are you an artist? What brings you? You just curious? Trying to learn a little bit? What's going on? But you know what I'm talking about. You always you only paint and you only do any craft and you only do anything creative to satisfy your own curiosity. Who is it? Keanu Stevie. Thank you, Keanu, for coming back. Keanu Stevie, thank you so much for Antichamber, for the gift of that amazing game. That is so awesome. Thank you so much. You know who's fucking awesome? Keanu Stevie's fucking awesome. I'm gonna play that. I've played the first 15-20 minutes of it and it's just awesome. So yeah, like I was saying, anybody who does anything creatively, I think they're just trying to get something. They're trying to impress themselves in some way. I think they're trying to show themselves they can do it, that they can contribute something to the world that's like never existed before, that they become like a creator, an inventor of some sort. They draw attention to something that they want other people to think about. You do mostly digital art, Jane. Jane, thank you so much for stopping in. I'm glad that I caught your eye. I'm glad my painting caught your eye. I really appreciate it. Berlingo! Thank you so much for the follow. Awesome. Enjoy my custom Teen Wolf follower alert. Keanu Stevie, thank you for hosting as well. You guys are awesome. Feel like dancing now. Cheers, guys. Hope you're enjoying your Saturday. You were leaving the following. Thank you so much for following, Berlingo. I hope I see you again. If you find that you can't sleep, Berlingo, you know that we're here and that we would love to see you, so you can come back anytime during the night. I'll be here for an hour or two. Yeah. Yeah, friends coming. You're looking for my vids. I'm trying to catch up on my chat here. Sorry guys, I'm a bit slow with it. Yeah, are you serious? Keanu, you actually lived this song? How am I liking it? Super weird and intriguing. Is that in reference to your pimp coat? Yeah. Broken equilibrium. I hear what you're saying. I like doing digital work. It's totally different. I'll show you a piece I've done digitally. I did print it out. See if you can see it. This is a digital piece I did. Got a big reflection off of it. You can't really see it. But I know I treat my digital work almost like I'm painting still. But I do enjoy doing it. I like the fact that it's not messy, so easy to clean up. It's cheap. There's a lot of benefits to it, but when it comes, for me, like, if I had to choose, I'm always going to choose oil painting as my favorite medium. Because there's just something about it. There's something about the tactile, the creaminess, the actually applying something with your hand that you can't fake. You have to really, you know, when I look at digital work, I can see the drawing behind it. I can always see the talent behind it, but it's hard for me to tell how much of it is coming from the person and how much of it's coming from the program. It's really hard to separate sometimes. And, you know what I mean? It's like, I love watching people do the digital work though. You know, one of the guys I've been watching, you're saving for a critique at the moment, using Intuos currently. Oh, a Cintiq, sorry, a Cintiq. I don't know what that is. Oh, the game Antechamber, sorry, yeah. Yeah, I'm liking it a lot so far. I just can't wait to play a little bit more. I just need to find the time. But I'll play it at my own pace. And I'll definitely get through it. In fact, I was thinking about streaming it. I actually might stream it. I've never streamed gaming. So yeah, what is Jane? What is a Cintiq? It's a larger Wacom. Oh, okay, cool. Oh yeah, you can draw on the screen. That's right. I've got a Wacom tablet. That's awesome. Jane, if you have a link for if you got any of your work online or anything and want to post it up, you're welcome to. We'd love to see your stuff. That goes for anybody who's watching. I'm still starting out with my streaming. I don't have like tons of people watching or anything like that. So while it's manageable, I think it's a good time to get to know some of the early supporters. And if you guys have anything online that you'd like to share, please do. I'd love to see it. Syntec. Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say Broken Equilibrium and Jane and everybody. I was watching a guy, you know the guy Poose, like Poose, that does he basically just does drawing workshops, but it's digital. But he pretty much does traditional drawing on screen, and he's just amazing. I find him amazing and really fun to watch. He doesn't even talk, he just kind of, usually he doesn't talk, he just kind of shows you what he's doing with his drawing. Thanks for that link, Jane. Let's have a look. Torian. Nice. You do a lot of graphic work, Jane. Let's have a look at your traditional art stuff and have a look. Wow. I'm impressed, Jane. I'm very impressed. Oh, you've got the what's the artist who did the cover of the Blur album? seen his work in the National Portrait Gallery. That's some really great stuff here. Man, I love this girl with the high heels with the sucker, the Red Hot Chili Peppers tattoo. Man, gotta say she is hot. Yeah. Is this? Let's do a portrait of is that Matthew McConaughey from True Detective, or it's like just a black and white line drawing? Jane, I love your hair as well. Awesome. Joe Fricks put up his website. Let's have a look. Yeah, Jane, awesome stuff. Totally into it. Oh, look at that vector art, man. That is crazy. Oh, Walking Dead. You do all the great media references as well. You got some Peppa Pig going on? Are these like commissioned? Are these like commissioned pieces? Or do you do them just out of the love of it? You got Joe Frick going on now. Let's see. Some very designy stuff. Some really pattern kind of based stuff. Nice, Joe Frick. Looks like you do like pen and ink stuff. How do I do that? I have to yeah, I like some of that pattern, kind of floral pattern stuff you do. It looks like you could do some really nice textile design with that stuff, Joe Frick. Yeah, she is, isn't she, Keanu? Really good. It's not a distraction at all, Jane. I'm glad that you're sharing. Thank you very much for coming here and sharing. I say I'm pretty jealous. I'd love to be able to do that. Venture Fear is hosting me. Venture Fear, thank you very much. I have not, I don't think I've seen you in chat or anything like that. I don't even know if I've seen you on follow. Thank you very much for hosting. Yeah, I would love to be able to do that digital work. Because I'd love to be able to make a living at it. And painting, so far I haven't found the niche in the market to make enough money off my painting to sustain what I need, you know, financially. I started out doing some graphic design and I gave it up pretty quick. I just didn't have the chops. I did not educate myself enough. Photoshop and Illustrator back in the day. So I struggled with myself. I did it. But I was definitely trying to do it I was using my painting and drawing knowledge rather than knowledge of how to use those programs. It just wasn't working. But this is working out. Once in a while I get a nice commission for the painting. Other times I'll just keep painting stuff until I do a show. I'll do either a group show or a one-man show. Who is this man? This is David Bowie, man. This is the David Bowie. You like what you hear? That's one of his most recent albums. I think he came out with one album since. Just finished Dying Light stream. A Dying Light stream, okay, yeah, cool. Looks like it's from the game Dying Light, that's cool. I'll have to check that out. I know Dying Light, the game, but I just wouldn't have thought that. Who's this band again? Most of my work I've done is in black and white. Joburg. Just try a couple of different mediums, like maybe start with some watercolor or something like that to go with the pen and ink, because those work together nicely. You got Iron and Wine covered, yeah. Keanu, every time I see your name, it's like in lime green or something, and I can't read it. How can I change that? Keanu Stevie, you can ask for a song, but I have the right to say no depending on what it is. What would you like to hear? Although it's hard for me to refuse you because you gave me a game, and that was just awesome. So it's starting to look more kind of tan yellow, and it's starting to get more of those tones of the building that you see in the photograph, slowly but surely. And I'll even build these up. These are going to dry darker than what it looks like now. So I'm going to have to build it up again. I'm going to have to come back and do some more lights on top of this. John Butler, Ocean. Oh, did he do an EP with Iron and Wine? If he did, I'm into it. I'm totally into it. You saw Iron and Wine and Calexio, Zakataki, you are a lucky man. I saw Iron and Wine here in London a couple years ago, and it was just, they were so awesome. They're so good. Okay, let's see. What is this John Butler? Is it the John Butler Trio? Ocean. John Butler. Here we go, John Butler. Where's Ocean? Yep, it's John Butler Trio. Okay, here we go. John Butler Trio, Ocean, request from Keanu Stevie. Keanu Stevie gets a special request because he gave me a gift of a game on Steam, Antichamber, which is an amazing game. Very creative puzzle game, if anybody wants to check that out. I would definitely recommend it. Keanu Stevie's got good taste in games for sure. He can direct you to some more if you're looking for a new game to play. I like this. Let's turn it up a bit. So I think, I don't know if you guys can see it on the picture. Right here, around this arch, there are three little steps, three little thin lines. And I don't think I'm gonna put those in. I think what I'm gonna do is suggest them in spots, but I'm not gonna try to trace them all the way around. It's gonna start looking too clean. So let's see if I can do that. This is great stuff. Good call. Yeah, King Creosote. Yeah. What inspired me to paint Waterloo Station? That's a good question. I've painted a lot of London cityscape, but this one in particular is a commission. So this was a particular building that somebody wanted to see in a painting. I'll have to check out King Creosote with John Hawkins. I haven't heard that. So this, you know, I got this commission because I do this kind of work anyway. This is definitely right up my street. I was happy to get this commission because it's the kind of thing I like to do. Occasionally you take a commission about, you know, that's something that's not really your thing. And I always find that's a little bit hard to get into. Sometimes it's a little bit of a chore, or too much like work. Pretty soon here I'm going to start doing some work on these sculptures. I've been kind of saving it. Just want to get that kind of foundation of the building down. This is a beautiful piece. Music. Sounds like some 12-string guitar. Maybe a 6-string. What's the third guy doing? Are they all doing guitar? Diamond Mine. Might check out Diamond Mine next. So I'm using flake white. One of my friends introduced me to flake white and I saw the light. Before that I was using titanium pretty much all the time. I don't know what I was thinking. Just wasn't branching out into other kinds of white. But there's no comparison in terms of how flake white mixes with other colors and how it doesn't kill the color that you mix it into, and how it doesn't sit on top of the painting like toothpaste. Alternative version on YouTube where he's playing 12-string that's percussive. Nice. Have you, oh, I'm trying to think of the guy. Oh, it'll come to me. There's a couple just guitar-based guys that I've listened to quite a bit. You know, their names are not coming to my mind. Yeah, so Zack Attack. I referred to it a little bit earlier. That piece with all the British people, it's called Liberty's National Treasures. That was a commission from Liberty. Liberty is like a huge, like, department store kind of place here in London. It's kind of an iconic place. They did like a whole documentary about it and stuff. And that building that you see behind all those celebrities is Liberty. And they commissioned me to do that for an advertising campaign. And they told me which celebrities had to be represented in that painting and everything. So yeah, Vinnie Jones, you know, I'd never choose to paint Vinnie Jones. And I think I was just saying earlier that was something that I did once that I probably never would do again. That just about killed me. It's a massive painting. It's probably the biggest painting I've ever done. And you can see on my bio there's a picture of me painting it. You can see the scale of it. You know, this reminds me of Led Zeppelin, this song. It's got that Jimmy Page feel about it, doesn't it? Andy McKee, yep. Yeah, Andy McKee and Don Ross were who I was thinking of. Thank you, Keanu, for bringing those up. Michael Hedges, I don't know. Tobias Rocha, I don't know. You'd like to enter the BP portrait painting contest. That's a big challenge. I've thought about that kind of stuff. I was thinking about doing the landscape painter one. But I'm not really a landscape painter. But I could do it. I can paint landscape. Just choose not to. Choose not to do it very often. Yeah, Andy McKee. I really love Andy McKee. Keanu Stevie there with the references too. Yeah, Zack Attack, I have watched those the last few years. Thanks, Broken Equilibrium, for your website. The link. Thanks for putting it in there. I looked at it last time. I looked at it before. Some good stuff on there. Some amazing portraits. Really crisp kind of detail. Jane, are you talking to Broken? Sorry, I had to refresh my chat, so I didn't catch the beginning of that. Are you talking about the reference for the piece I did with the celebrities, or the pieces something of Broken Equilibriums? Broken Equilibriums, okay, cool. Keanu, thanks very much. Okay, that's what I thought, Jane. Sorry. Yeah, thanks, Keanu, so much. Thanks for this request. You got your money's worth out of your request. It's a 12-minute song. Good call. Count on hope to see you around next time. Thanks so much for everything. So I'm just having a look at my reference again, my photographic reference. I'm just trying to decide how I want to represent this, because one thing I'm not liking at the moment, one thing I like about the painting is that these two pieces kind of stand out as being brighter, and I don't want this whole part to come up as bright, although in the photograph they kind of are equivalent. So I think I'm gonna bring this up brighter next time, and I'm gonna try to leave this pretty much how it is, with just a little bit more going on here. Yeah, good luck, Joker. So, Jane, are you still around? Because I was just wondering whether or not you considered streaming your own artwork. Looks like you do so much of it. It would be really cool to see some of it happen, you know? Especially if you work from a computer and you have a facility just to stream straight from your desktop. Makes it so easy. You are streaming? Yeah, broken. Jane put her website up a little earlier. If you don't mind throwing it up again, Jane, that'd be great. So you are streaming? Is that what you're saying? You do stream your work? If that's the case, I'll give you a follow and I'll... Oh, you meant you were there. Oh, sorry. I need to wait. I need to wait. I need to be patient. Speaking of Led Zeppelin, here we go. Some Robert Plant.
Too late, fool could read the sign. Maybe, baby, you better check between the lines. Please read the letter, I wrote it in my sleep, with help and consultation from the angels of the deep.
Jane, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I mean, the confidence to go in front of people is one thing, but whether or not you do things quite right, I think everybody does does things their own way, and it looks like your end product is so good that people are just going to be interested in how you create that stuff, whether they do it differently or other people think that this is not the right way to do it. I'm sure a lot of painters are watching me going, I wouldn't do it that way, you know? be rough representations of them. Midnight oil must be burning low. You couldn't pay till this hour. Yeah, it's 11:30. It's not too bad. But I have been painting earlier today. But I'm happy. I'm happy painting right now. Oh, Jane, sorry about that camera sound. It's probably my tripod making all kinds of noise. Probably comes through really loud on that because the microphone's in the camera, so sorry about that. This is definitely the way for urban buildings. Thanks, Zach. So Zach Attack, what do you think about the angle? I mean, I've got it over here because I wanted people to be able to see. Sorry, Jane, about this noise. I mean, I want people to see the painting, I want people to see me, and I want people to be able to see what I'm doing while I'm painting. If it's too much, if the angle is too much straight on, I'm going to be in front of it. Do you think it's okay here, or does anybody else have an opinion on that? Jane, painting, this painting is £1,200 is what I'm charging for it, which is like, what is that, like $1,500? So that's like kind of standard rate for something like this. If it was like close family or friend or something like that, close friend, I wouldn't charge quite so much. But I mean, you got to factor in how many hours. By the time I finish this, I probably will be 50 to 60 hours into it. Plus materials, you know. So if you break it down by hourly rate, it's not that great. Super, ultra, mega, Keonheld. Keonide? Nice name. Hi, how are you? Taking a bit of a break here. Taking a gummy worm break, guys. Recharging on my energy levels. Super Ultra, thank you for the follow. So much for the follow, Super Ultra. Guys, I'm having a problem with my internet refreshing for the moment, so I'm not seeing the chat. So bear with me for a minute. Does it from time to time. Okay, I'm back up with the chat. Sorry about that, guys. Just enjoying a little gummy worm break. Riots at art events. It's not the kind of thing usually riot inducing. I love this album, man. I love this new Tame Impala album. Jeremy Mann. Sounds very familiar. Oh yes, I have. Yeah, Zack Attack, I have seen Jeremy Mann. I've looked at a lot of his stuff online. It's a really good example of loose, kind of stylized cityscape. Really great stuff. Yeah, I'm with you on the figure work. I don't like his kind of take on figure. And it's a little bit like, what would you say? There's a little bit of a gimmick to it, the way he paints it. Same with his cityscape, but it's good, man. It is good. I especially love those long views of like New York and San Francisco. They're just so good. Hey, Chipman, how are you? Thanks for dropping in. I'm just taking a little break. Don't worry, I'm painting. Everyone, welcome Chipman to the room. Chipman is a great girl. One of my old friends from back in the States. How are you? Amber's also working on doing some oil painting. She's learning the ropes of oil painting, and she's also planning on doing a cooking stream at some point. Right, Jimin? Am I right about that? You haven't given up on that, have you? English style with a nice English tea. Zack Attack, this band, this TV on the radio. I know it's really small down there in the corner, but I've got the album cover down there. You can see the album cover on Spotify down there in the lower right-hand corner. TV on the radio. I think this is like their third or fourth album. Yeah, I think I need some Cypress Hill. I want to keep the vibe going.
So special. We will. I'm systematic, pragmatic. I'm unorthodox like Lenny Kravitz. I don't play guitar, still on your radar. And you can help by screaming, fuck you haters. I'm so hungry, I'll take what's on your plate. Look in your face like I'ma hit you with the milk crate. They say what is this race? He's an animal, my appetite is enormous like that of a cannibal. I eat MCs up, you might wanna ease up. I squeeze the trigger like I squeeze on a teacup. The beat is like crack, man, you might wanna read up. Beat rock, here's what the heat rock, ease up. I'm on the block straight, smoking up an ozone. You and my shit steady, begging for my homegrown. The beat is on, the heat is on. If Sam Dog's teach, I must be charmed. When I got this mic, I'ma light it up. When I step on stage, I'ma light it up. Go ahead and pass the blunt, I'ma light it up. If you're a rider, you're invited, I'ma light it up. When I got this mic, I'ma light it up.
I love OK Go. They're one of my favorites. Jane. I saw them open for They Might Be Giants like 15 years ago, and that's where I first heard about them. And then they came out with their first album. I love OK Go. Keep seeing the lead singer in films? I didn't know he was in films.
Can't nobody take it. The money I'm raking, got some honeys all waiting. Backstage at the show, they wanna roll with the movement. I'm as high as the sky, but as cool as a fan. With this mic in my hand, I'ma stay true to my fan. But with this gun in my hand, I stay true to the streets. So if you say you agree, you gotta prove it to me. When I grab this mic, I'ma light it up. When I step on stage, I'ma light it up. Go ahead and pass the blunt, I'ma light it up. If you're a rider, you're invited, I'ma light it up. When I grab this mic, I'ma light it up. When I step on stage, I'ma light it up. Go ahead and pass the blunt, I'ma light it up. If you're a rider, you're invited, I'ma light it up. So much people begging for a seminar. You want a long hit, homie, what you begging for? I bring the static when you act dramatic. Gotta mix up my sleep, homie, Mr.
I know, those dances, man. I think those dances they came up with is what put them on the map, really. Before that, they were pretty... Yeah, they're kind of a niche little band. Not a lot of people listen to them. Actually, after this song, I'll put on one of their early songs that I really love. It's one of my favorite songs of any band. I say that a lot, but I do have a lot of favorite songs. I just love music so much. When I grab this mic, I'ma light it up. When I step on stage, I'ma light it up. Go ahead and pass the blunt, I'ma light it up. If you're a rider, you're invited, I'ma light it up. Oh, they don't even have the OK Go song I had in my mind on Spotify. It's that early. It's like it was on a single before they even released their first album. I'm gonna bring it up on my iTunes, see if my computer can handle it. Because I do love it, so I do love it.
Tell me all those good things. I've no reason to doubt you. You were sweet as
Who is this? Bob? What does that say? Bob Cow? Bob, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for the follow. That's awesome, Rob Cow. Thank you so much. Hope you're having a good evening wherever you might be. Got a great group of people in the chat right now, so feel free to say hello. Uh-oh. iTunes is trying to mess with me.
Hello, tender love. I'm on fire. Alone with you. The kind of love that you give. The kind of truth that we're living is really so
Okay, here we go.
When you kiss me, I see gold, I see truth. Floating hand, love.
Come on now. If I could just pause Spotify. Hey. Okay, let's see if I can play this old OK Go song. You're not going to have the album cover on screen, but you'll be able to hear it. I'm going to crank it a bit so you can hear it. You'll see it's quite a bit different from their newer style, their old stuff. That's good, Jane. It's always good to find new things. I'm glad I managed to find something you didn't know already. This is off a single that, like I said, it was from like a 3-track single I don't think I ever released it in a proper release. I bought it from them, from the band themselves at the opening for They Might Be Giants. Pardon my crotch, guys. Here it is, I have it right here in the room. That was it. It got 3 tracks. Bye Bye Baby, we dug a hole, and it's tough to have a crush when the boy doesn't feel the same way you do. Yeah, you're right, the Bye Bye Baby does have a similar sound to it. So maybe it was a properly released single. Shit. Taksuki, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. How are you? Taco Mate, how are you? Oh, thank you so much, Taco Mate. What are we talking about, Jason Schwartzman here? Rachel getting married. I haven't seen that either. But one of the bands, one of the other bands I like a lot, Phantom Planet. Jason Schwartzman used to be the drummer for that band. Thank you, Broken Equilibrium, for putting my side up there. I appreciate it. Okay, let's leave OK Go for a minute. Thanks for bearing with me. Jane and I needed to hear that. How about some old school 9 Inch Nails, y'all? Saturday night, get in the mood, guys. Jack Attack, thank you for hanging in for quite a long time with us tonight. Really appreciate all the chat. You're awesome, man. Thank you so much, Zach. I'll talk to you soon. Hope to see you in the future really soon. Lucy, thank you very much. I'm doing great. Inside your head, Down, it's love. Sexy love. Down, it's love. Let's get some detail out of this window over here. A little bit of detail. Amazing album band as well. Studio band, I should say.
We set out to find something to hold. When seeking truth, the answer is the road. When seeking wisdom, the journey is your hope. Fight for the wind, fight for the rain, fight for the joy. We left ourselves behind, but that's why the loved ones left alone, not why. Let the doubters be the ship for the fire. Fight for the wind, fight for the rain, dance in the fire. Don't ask me.
Does my neck hurt from looking over my reference all the time? Does it look like it hurts? You getting whiplash? Nope, it doesn't hurt. It's late here. It is it's midnight. It's like just past midnight. It's 12:23. That's not too late for a Saturday night. Yes, of course I will, Taco Mate. I always do. Before I leave, I will always give you a close-up and show you what I've been doing, because I know you can't see the full detail. I've talked about looking at my reference before to the stream. I've talked to people about how when you're doing observational painting and when you're working from a photographic resource, I don't really know, maybe other people can do it, but I don't know how to do it without constantly checking my photograph. Always looking at, if I'm going to make this little line in here, I want to know where it starts to fade out. I want to know exactly how it connects. I want to know exactly what tone it is, what color it is. And then I'll put it in, and I'll step back and have a look at how it turned out, and then I will come back and make a little bit of adjustment. Hit it again until I feel like I like it. But I don't know how I could then take that and go, I'll just do the same thing over here, because it doesn't look the same over there. It's in a different light, it's in a different angle. Some people can maybe fake it or do it from memory. I don't know how you can do it from memory unless you had a photographic memory. When the baby's done, yeah. When the baby's done, I will paint him. So I've got, I messed that up over there, I need to fix that, and I've also got this angle slightly wrong here. Right here. It's not far off, just a little bit. Gotta get those angles right though. Yeah, woodland creatures, that would be cool. I guess painting the baby would be a tattoo. Tattooing babies is not legal yet, I already inquired into that. They gotta be like 3 or something like that. I'm just joking. Yeah, the woodland creatures I'm excited about. For the creatures getting small, I used a lot of references. I never draw animals from my imagination, from my head. There's always going to be something. I tried drawing them. I tried drawing like a lion from scratch. And there's always something you mess up. It's just not quite accurate in your mind. At least in my mind. So I used a lot of different photographic references of animals, and then I did the design around the edges, all the tree work and stuff. That was all from my mind. That was all imagination. Based on kind of Art Nouveau flavor. You were 13 when you got your first one? Wow. 16 was the lowest parents' permission. I don't know I actually don't know what the actual law is. If you can find a tattoo artist who works from home, I guess you could convince them to do it whenever you want. If you must. Another great band, Beirut. These guys are another amazing live band. I'd cut the tattoo artist work from home. Yeah, I wouldn't either, but you know, it's one step up from prison. Broken Equilibrium. You got your first one when you were 13, so have you gone and done a lot more since then? Or? Is your body a work, like a walking work of art? I've only got 2 tattoos, and I got my first one when I was 32. I was an old guy when I got my first one. So are you happy with the first one you got at 13? Most people I find regret their very first one, which is why I kind of waited for so long. So you've got more than one as well, Jane. You'd want lasering your first one. See, that's what I hear with most people. I mean, my wife has one that she got when she was about that same age. I think she was 18, and her first one she's not that happy with either. Yeah, what was it? Broken? You still have it, but are you happy with it? You're pretty much covered. Worked as a tattoo artist. Nice. I've had a lot of people ask me why I didn't go for tattoo art. Why I didn't become a tattoo artist. Just when I've designed the odd tattoo here and there, and I designed my own, and they turned out all right. So people have asked why I didn't do it, and I don't think enough of my artwork fits into that category of. But then people say the better the better painter, the better you are at drawing, the better you'll be at tattoo. Whoops. It's an eagle flying before the sun, red in the sun. It's kind of gone, but the rest is still good. Nice. I'm glad you're happy with it still. You've got quite a few of your designs as well. That's awesome. I love it when people design their own and get them done. Happy with all my tattoos, really. I've retired a few piercings over. Awesome, Broken. The body goes through cycles. You can do what you can retire those piercings, and if you have to, you can retire the tattoos now too, but it's better if you don't have to. I do love a tattooed. I gotta say, I love a tattooed girl. I like girls with tattoos. I find that very attractive. I like body adornment. I like piercings. I like guys and girls with piercings. I like tattoos on girls more than guys, but then of course I have tattoos, so I don't mind them on guys. Okay, I just want to define this a little bit. About there.
technically correct, but I won't rest till I'm giving my respect. And my vision isn't set on the money I get, but more or less the vets.
Jane, these are your tattoos. You got like the Super Mario ghost. That's awesome. I love those. I like the doves too. Nice. Got the musical staff behind you. I think that horse looks like it's. I don't know. It's just me, but that horse looks like it's dying for like a horn, a unicorn horn. With no receivers, had to pick another option. Tommy Frazier on the motherfucking 1 and 2s. Or Michael Vick, if y'all bark, nigga, y'all through. So like an illustration for the writing. That's cool. I like that. Yeah, sometimes you get them in your face and you're just not happy with them after a certain number of years, or life changes and you change. Oh, I love the Septum one. Bob Cow, it is late there. Thank you so much for being here. I know it's late, so thanks for hanging in. Get a good night's sleep, and I hope to see you back here sometime soon. Yeah, Jane, you gotta keep the Septum one. I know that's painful. Night, Bob Cow. Okay, guys, I'm gonna put on some more C. Duncan. This is that band I was talking about earlier. You gotta check out this album. Just really love this album. It's new, pretty new. There we go. I got a few songs to listen to. Pretty chilled, pretty relaxed stuff. This guy's a Scottish composer, just from solo guy, doing his own stuff. Totally amazing album. I'm gonna do something else. I'm feeling like I need to do something a bit bold here for a second. Maybe it's too late. Maybe I'm getting a bit delirious. I'm just gonna do another wash, a little bit of a light wash on here. I want it to be really wet, and I want it to be really light. I don't want to do any heavy paint over here because I think it's gonna take too much focus away from here and over here. So I'm gonna keep it really thin. But I do need to bring the tone up a little bit, just a little bit. I still want to see all that undertone. So I'm going to do some kind of drippy, wet stuff. That's not too drippy, not too bad. Because it's light. Not as bold as I thought. It's almost like a glaze. Okay, that's good. A little bit thicker paint now. This guy's just got such a unique sound too. Yes, Jane, my wife has piercings and tattoos. But she had nose piercing, she's removed it for her work, for her job. And it hasn't healed over though, she could always put it back in, I think. But she's got a lot of tattoos. She's got more than I do. Like I said, I love women with tattoos and piercings, so I wouldn't marry a girl if she didn't have them. If she didn't have them and I married her, I would make her go get some. Okay, we're married. Go get some tattoos. Ooh, this is nice. This is a nice little blaze going on. Enjoying it. I like those little scratchy brush strokes. Just give the right amount of highlight. They're just bringing it up one tone, just a half tone almost. And it's making it look nice. There's just something about painting. There's something about painting. When you get something right, you can just like, even if things aren't going well, but then you do one thing that brings it back from where you were afraid it was going. It just makes you feel so good. And this is that way with any art. Just afraid you're going to lose it, like the pain's going the wrong direction, and you realize you've got what it takes to bring it back. Now let's get tattoos. Yes, broken equilibrium, you're absolutely right. You can take the chances, and if it doesn't work, especially with oil painting, you can just kind of, you can go, well, that didn't work. Let's get rid of that. Let's go over the top of it. Let's if it's still wet, let's just kind of rub it back off. It's very forgiving. People are usually afraid of oil painting, I find. They think it's intimidating. I'm not quite sure why. It's probably the most forgiving. It does have a little, I think it's the solvents. I think it's the fact you have to use thinners, like paint thinners. That worries people. It's not just like water. Watercolor is not forgiving at all. I find that's really tough. Okay guys, I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to take you guys up close, on an up close tour of what I've done, like I promised I would. And I really, really appreciate you guys being here and hanging in here with me. It's been awesome. Oh, Venture Fear. Thank you very much for being here. I hope I didn't miss you. Thank you so much. We'll leave a lurk on for a while. Okay, good. You're still hopefully listening. You're attempting to paint something with oil soon. Don't know where to start. Grayscale seems like a good idea. But for convenience. Yeah, either grayscale Venture or just start with some browns, some like sepia. Or kind of depending on what you're painting. But this painting, for example, I would start with I started with some really dark brown kind of sepia tones, and they're a nice undertone for it. So yeah, give it a try. Good luck. Let me know if you have any questions or anything. You got plenty of support here. Yeah, Broken, you're in Washington, that's right. Cool. Near Seattle, right? Another place I always wanted to go. Oh, this album, this Caveman album is also. This was my favorite album of 2014. Such an amazing album. Very chilled as well. Okay. Jane, I'm going to try not to hurt your ears. Might want to take those headphones off while I adjust this camera. In fact, what I'll do is take the camera off the stand, but that might make some noise, so I'm trying to be really careful here. I'm trying to be really gentle. Okay, I got it. Hopefully that didn't hurt too much. Okay. Okay. Here we have... I haven't done very much of the top part at all. Earlier today I washed that out. Let me turn down the music a bit. So earlier today I took that down a couple tones by doing a really... You can see how light that wash is on top of it. It's not a glaze, it was just like a thin wash with turpentine. So all that I haven't touched very much today. I also did a wash over here on this building on the side. So now I've started going into all the light tones here. You saw just now I put on a glaze here. So it's got like that kind of milky top layer on it. And I'm liking how that's kind of letting these bits show out like almost like substantial pieces of stone. I'm trying to leave a lot of that undertone brown that I put on because it's kind of making it feel aged. I've left this a different tone down here because it's got those lines on the photograph. You can see here has a bunch of lines going through it. I haven't painted those in yet, and I will do something to suggest them, but I probably won't paint all the lines in. I've done quite a bit over here. I'm just going to float you around, okay? I'll just let you guys look. I'm not going to talk. I'm taking a cue from Val Dudes here. He just kind of like I'm talking still. What am I doing? You just shut up. Still haven't done very much with those sculptures there. That'll start to come out in the next couple sessions. Same with all this in here. Okay. Hopefully that gives you a good enough idea of what the texture of the piece looks like now. There's quite a lot of texture right through here because I did my underpainting kind of in the same shape as this. I kind of brushed my underpainting on with a really heavy brush in the same arch, kind of. But I kind of got the wrong position for the arch. But it's okay, it still gives a nice texture to it. So where we are, I'll start putting in a little bit more detail now, and I'm going to work into this top part next time. Although the color is pretty good, I'm going to have to do some more detail, and some of the tone needs to come up a little bit. Maybe a little bit more on the sky, and then those flags. And then I've got some kind of light posts that need to go in down here. Got to do the people. There's quite a lot to do, so you know I'm still only about 60% maybe. But this part of the building, this front part of the building, I mean the walls, not going to do very much more to them, to be honest. I don't want to overwork them. Okay. Hurting Jane's ears again. Can't get this thing back on. There we go. Sorry. Okay, so there it is so far. I did longer than I thought I would do. I didn't at least an hour longer than I thought. Thank you, Amber. Thank you so much. Thank you, Taco Mate. Makes for a more immersive experience. That's a positive spin on it. So I really enjoyed myself. Like I said, I've gone a lot longer than I thought I would. I thought maybe I'd stop around 11:30, 12, but it's now 1:05, and I am glad that I kept going because I did some good work at the end there, I think, for myself at least. I feel that way. And it's because you guys have been here chatting and been such a great audience, and just the chat's been really great tonight, so thanks so much for everything. And I hope to see you again soon, and I hope you have a great Saturday evening if you're still up and you've still got hours of daylight, or if you're in the UK like us and Jane and I, and you don't have much daylight left, or you don't have much nighttime left. Enjoy your sleep. Thank you, Broken Equilibrium, one more time for moderating for Mod. Yep, nice to meet you guys all. And I'll see you sometime tomorrow. I'll be on tomorrow afternoon probably for not very long, but I'll be on. So take care, everybody. Have a good night. Sweet dreams. Bye.